he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Sweet home Alabama. Welcome to Kicking It with the HLS Pod. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
I am Terry Ricardo DeShazel II, and we're back.
And we had to be separated on different planes, cities away, after what happened in Alabama a couple days ago. They put out the bat signal or the hat signal or the cap signal.
Talk about this shit right here? Hold on. The fucking hat toss? That shit.
Gentlemen,
Legendary.
start your engines. But yeah, I got the memo. We're not allowed to be friends anymore.
Yeah, sorry.
At least for the rest of the week, we got to be on separate sides, it appears. I'm just disappointed it wasn't an all-black fitted Braves hat.
Brother's just a fucking dock worker. That was tough. What'd you think about that shit, man? So if everybody doesn't know, by now, what's today? Tuesday, August 8th, 2023.
Happy birthday to my girlfriend T. It's her birthday today. Give her a shout out.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, T. When was that? The 7th?
Not today.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday. Anyways, besides the point, she's black as well. So she's on my team. Not on your team anymore. She's not your girl for the next couple weeks. Alabama. Riverboat. Brawl. Huge.
Break it down. Tell me what you saw.
Well, looks like I saw... So basically, just type into Google or YouTube or Twitter or whatever, or X. Twitter is X now. But apparently there's a group of white people. You know, they had a little pontoon boat on the Riverwalk. They were in the way of two big-ass tourist boats that were supposed to park. So one security dude comes over to the group of whites. He's like, hey, man, can you kindly move your boat out of the way so we can park these tourist boats right here? They weren't trying to have it. They went at it for a second. You know, it was one-on-one for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, black dude just getting jumped. You know, of course, we saw he threw up his fucking hat 30 feet like Bobby Schmurder back in 2016. They just started brawling. I mean, it was one-on-one for a little bit. But then...
Until the brother jumped in. It was that one redneck who was punching him in the face for no reason. I was like, wait a minute. Do you not know how to park the boat? Is that what the problem is? That, like, you don't know how to parallel park?
So as far as, like, the guy jumping in, if that's my brother, like, of course I'm gonna fucking be like, all right, my kin's not about to fucking fight one-on-one. But the reason why they started fighting was stupid as shit. Like, him and the dude just, they should have just moved the fucking boat, and it wouldn't been this big ass deal. Like, they got their asses beat the fuck up after that. Because once they started jumping the black dude.
See, where they fucked up was when they made it more than one-on-one. When it started becoming like 6-on-1, that's when the cap signal went out.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'm a little disappointed that they weren't wearing matching T-shirts when all the black people showed up. You know what I mean?
Nah,
I'm sure they'll get matching T-shirts now that it's all over and it's been commemorated in history. I'll get one too. Shit.
You talking about the black people or the white people?
Who do you think?
Both. Remember, was this the 6th? Did this happen on the 6th or the 7th?
I think it was the 6th. Those white people, they need to get matching masks because y'all need to not show your face in America for some time.
Man, nah. I mean, they out there wilding. So we got January 6th and now we got August 6th. Both on the 6th. That's some crazy. Hey, opposite sides too. Blacks on August. We came a little late to the party. You guys started January. You guys were early, huh? But nah, look.
Or y'all just showed up 8 months late as usual.
You know how it goes, baby. We stay late. CPT. But besides the point, so the white dude started jumping the black guy, who was a dock worker, literally just doing his fucking job. And then that's when all hell broke loose, bro. You know, one black dude came in by himself. He was like, look, what the fuck's going on? Then he quickly realized he was like, because when he first came in to help, he was just trying to stop them from punching the dude. And he was like, oh, y'all are punching me? All right, fuck it.
Are you talking about Aquaman who swam across?
No. He is now known as Scuba Gooding Jr. Yo, Twitter was killing me last night, man. But Oh, yeah. But anyways, a bunch of black dudes came. They helped him out. Eventually it went way overboard from what it was supposed to be. Like after that, like this one dude hit somebody with a chair. He hit a girl that was already beat the fuck up by 3 black women with a chair, defenseless. The cops really had to get on him. Yeah,
in the head.
Yeah,
I saw somebody posted that a folding chair is the new Twisted Tea.
Folding chair also found out by most of America last night, invented by a black man.
Yep.
Nicholas Alexander.
Who happened to be wearing all black forces at the time of invention.
8-pound stomp. Yeah.
Did you see the undercover footage of Black Ariel in the water singing "Nuck If You Buck"?
Oh hell no!
No, you didn't see that one.
Nah, I didn't see that. But that was some crazy shit, man. I don't even know what to think about. It was.
First of all, like, how do we know this was racially motivated? Like,
racially motivated?
Yeah. How do we know that this dock worker didn't like cuss this white family out and say some crazy shit and deserve to get punched in the face?
Well,
like,
apparently,
did anyone call him the N-word? Like, what was the? Everyone was acting like this dude was getting lynched. I haven't really seen anything like being like they said anything racist or did anything racist. It was just like.
It was just like they didn't want to move their boat and they started scrapping over the boat.
I just think they're fucking drunk. You know what I mean?
Most likely. But the whole thing is just wild. It just happened to be, whites versus blacks. But I don't think it was, I don't know. Would you jump in if you saw some shit like that?
Hell yeah, with the black people.
I think in that moment you probably would have got your shit rocked. I don't know if that would have been the right situation because I feel like
No. But listen, you gotta make a statement when you come in as a white guy fighting against your own. You gotta enter the melee with like a drop kick into some old lady's chest, send her flying into the fucking water. And that way, all the black people, hey, this guy's he's with us. He made a statement entrance,
bro. That shit was like a war when we went to war with Afghanistan. And you ever hear the soldiers? They're just like, hey, look. I just was fucking shooting at anybody who didn't have fucking fatigue on. All right. So if you came in there white, you probably would have got punched. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what? I just gotta charge that one to the game. You know what I mean? No, I'm gonna still stick out and help. They'll figure it out.
I'm on your side. Chill.
Bruh.
Yeah, nah. I feel like most people would jump in that situation. Me especially. This particular situation, for sure. There's no risk of guns.
Jeremy, let me ask you: if you were the young man on the other side of the dock, are you still jumping in? Are you swimming across, or are you running around?
That's tough. I don't think he could have ran. They were on a boat. They were on a boat waiting to dock.
Oh shit! I didn't see that angle. I thought he was on the other side of the dock or whatnot.
No. So they said there was. So the angle which you saw from the riverside, just the river port or whatever you call it, boardwalk, was there's 2 people on the 2 big ass boats and they were just filming it. So that's why the dude had to jump in because there was no land or way for them to run. The people that were coming from the backside, which was the second angle, they came from the dock later. And that's why you saw when they came, there was 2 dudes already on the boat because they were like, let's get the fuck out of here, Jimmy. They're fucking us up.
Yeah, they're like, nah. Get your ass back over here.
They're like, nah, you want to jump somebody? You about to get jumped for real now. Yeah, it was done. It was totally done. But no, I just find it funny.
As a man who can't swim, are you going to attempt?
That's a lie. I can swim. Am I going to jump off of a boat and swim over for that? Depends. If nobody else is helping.
Right? I think he was the first responder. You know what I mean?
He didn't get there first. Yeah. He attempted.
Yeah, he dove in the water first. he committed first.
Yeah, he was going for it. I don't know. In this instance, I'm definitely helping for real. Because 1, I can see that none of them have a weapon. 2, first of all, I'd like to say this. If you see white people fighting, jump in it. You're not going to get shot. They don't fucking shoot people and shit. They love brawling, especially when they're drunk. They're just not fucking throwing punches. They throwing bows. They thought they were having a good old time until they got jumped. I'm jumping in. They got no shirts on. They got fucking swim trunks on.
Thought
So
they were
that's
having
first of
a
all.
good time, so they got their
Exactly.
forehead squished
So
like a mushroom in Mario.
it's
That
gonna
fucking
be
folded chair.
it's gonna be an even fight. One, two, they're all drunk. If I'm just coming from a tourist boat, I'm probably sober. So 1 sober versus 6 drunk whites. I think I like my chances on that one. Plus, more people started coming in. We were good. If I already saw it was like 20 black people and 6 whites, I'm letting them have it. You got it, guys. Like the chair dude and all
Well,
of them.
that
There's
that's
no
what,
need for that.
that's how
All
we
that
got
shit, I'm
all
good.
the video. That's how we got the video. Was all the black people just hanging out, being like, "They got this. This already
Yeah, for sure.
even numbers or numbers up at this point."
No,
Like,
it's done. Like the chair shit was so unnecessary.
I
Like,
know, but tell
the
me you
third
didn't.
video was unnecessary.
I squealed like a little kid when I saw him hit that lady with the fucking chair in the head. I said, "Ow!"
Now, for me, bro, I was like, at that point, I was like, bro, it's done. I didn't understand how long this shit was going. So I don't know what the timestamp is as to like when that part of the fight started. You know what I'm saying? Because it was
Yeah.
still like a couple one-on-one fights. So I was like, I don't know if this is like way after. I'm not sure what the fuck was going on. Because there's police that were there and shit.
Yeah, of course the police immediately started handcuffing black people.
I mean, but
tackling
you
them
just
to the
gotta be
ground.
aware. You gotta be aware of your surroundings. Hey, shout out to the white dude that jumped in the water when the cops came down. He was like, "Oh hell no, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck that shit."
Yeah, good luck
Any
with
way to
that.
not get arrested.
They got your fucking family photos up on Facebook being shared. Like, you ain't going nowhere, bro.
Right, look, but I heard a 105.1, the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and them.
Yep.
So a shorty called in from like Alabama. They said the whole family got away and they were in a hospital. Straight up, just looking for care. None of those white dudes apparently got arrested. But everything is hearsay until the trial.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a trial.
We gonna see. We definitely gonna see. One thing I know for certain is the majority of, well, actually I can't speak for Alabama, but I was gonna say you go to a hospital in Durham, you're probably gonna get minority nurses taking care of you.
Oh.
So watch out for air in the fucking breathing tube and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
in the IV and all that shit.
That was the other thing too. That's what the lady said. She was like, they came into the hospital and they were like, damn, it ain't nothing but black people here. And then they ran the fuck out. They thought that like every black person was against them at that point. It's like, yo, look.
And they were right. And they were right.
No. If it's the same day though, right? If we get beat up by a bunch of black people the same day, if I drive to a hospital that's not really close, I don't know how close or how far it is, but it's like, bruh, they put the videos like maybe the next day is when the shit got popular. Not every single person in the world is gonna be like, no, those are the people. Fuck them up. Chase them. Get them. It's not like that. Like, just go to the hospital and get your treatment. These motherfuckers got all paranoid. Now they probably swollen, fucked up. Probably should have stayed at the hospital. But, whatever. Do your thing.
I think they were right. You don't want to be caught there when the shift change happens and the Instagram videos are starting to circulate and you can hear World Star in the hallway. Like,
I don't even know.
You don't want to think that they're like, we got to drive all the way to Tuscaloosa Tech Hospital to make sure we get the care that we deserve.
So wait, how did you find out about it? Did you see it yourself or did your girlfriend tell you about it?
Oh, no, I told her about it. I saw it myself.
Oh, so you saw it. You just saw it? Like you went on your phone and it was just a video?
Yeah, Terry, you may not believe this, but you're not the only black person who I'm friends with. And some of these other black people posted
I figured
on
you
their
would have saw it
social.
anyways.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. It was awesome. This is the most iconic moment since the Twisted Tea, to be honest. But I just wish that you remember that shit? Where
what the fuck happened?
That white redneck called that black dude the N-word in the gas station. He hit him in the face with a can of Twisted Tea. Fucked his ass up. Oh, wow. That was a great one.
That's the individual one. My bad. I missed that one.
I wish this was a little bit more explicit so we could really get on this anti-white train. Like, he had said some crazy shit instead of just being like, I refuse to move the boat. Bah!
Bro, I don't even know, man. I think it's, man, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure, like, how to think about it. Because I think every black person in America has seen it. Because as of last night, it had 30 million views. So that's about, 9% of the population? I feel like that's mostly blacks.
To be fair, I did watch it like 8 times, Terry.
You watched it 8 times. I watched it like 3 times, and then our power went out from the storm, so my internet was kind of slow, so I couldn't really rewatch it. But like those 3, and people already got jokes, already got skits on it already. Like
one of my friends changed his profile picture to a folding chair wearing black Air Force Ones with a do-rag on top of the chair. And that's his profile picture.
Yo, people that's like cheering this folding chair shit, that shit is crazy to me, man. That shit is insane to me, bro. Bro could have just like fight the dude. They're not gonna arrest you for fighting somebody, but you assaulting some, that guy, he's going to prison for a minute, for a while. Like, good job, buddy. You fucked up. That shit was viral as fuck, but you're cooked. Unless you get Johnny Cochran on the case.
Well, I don't know anything about the law, but I would feel like this falls into like lynching laws in Alabama. Like, I feel like this doesn't fall under like a regular street fight type of shit.
I don't know, bro. This shit is wild, son. That's it, bro. I can't even.
What was your favorite moment from the whole video? What was the moment that you gonna remember?
Oh, the hat toss, bro. That's the hat toss for me. It's the fucking hat toss for me, bro. That was like, I couldn't even, because I got it the first time I saw the video, it was on Facebook, which I rarely get on. But like, I had seen like 6 people, 6 of the same video. So I was like, all right, let me see what the fuck's going on. He tosses the shit 50 feet in the air. I stopped, laughed for 2 minutes for that one. Then I had to recoup. And go back to it. And I was like, oh. It got interesting, but yeah, the hat toss. That shit, the hat toss and the fucking chair. That's it.
Yeah.
That's definitely it. I mean, black people helping each other, which is a beautiful fucking thing. Like, that shit was dope, but
yeah,
man, did they take it overboard at the end.
Hopefully none of them get charged, after breaking up a fucking lynching.
Good luck in Alabama. Good luck in Alabama. That's all I gotta say about that.
We should probably put up the fucking fund you can donate to for their attorney defenses and whatnot. I saw people were sharing the kid's Cash App who swam across the
16-year-old.
Yeah, they were sharing his Cash App.
Scuba Good Jr.
Scuba
That's
Jr.
crazy, bro.
Oh, man.
Shit. I'm about to fucking put a fake picture up. Put my Cash App up. Somebody come up. Somebody pull a fake come up. Somebody do it.
Someone already has, and they were probably white.
What do you go? What's your most memorable? Just the hat toss or what? Just everything? It was crazy.
The whole thing was great.
It's the craziest video I've seen in a while.
I like the chair part, obviously. I like the part where they kicked the white dude in the water. I really liked, the part where they're trying to get away on the boat, and they're like, no, what you doing? Where you going? Yep. Nope. Yep. Get your ass back. I think that was my favorite part, where they tried to make a slick exit, and they just got ran up on. Like,
just 2 guys, though.
Yeah.
It was just 2 guys. I like how they were going to leave their boys behind. They're like, fuck this. We're getting out of here, Johnny. I like that. They said, man left behind. We don't give a fuck. We're getting out of here. We're getting fucked up. It's too many. Wave the white flag. We're gone.
Except there was a guy on the edge of the dock wearing fucking jorts with a towel over one shoulder and a boombox on the other that was playing, "You ain't going nowhere."
Dude,
get your ass whooped.
Honestly, and then that video too, that punch when the dude's on the boat and the dude's on the dock, the connection from the dock to the boat punch, the extension to hit him in the head, that was one of the loudest claps I'd heard in a minute since the Crawford fucking
Errol Spence fight. Yeah, shout out to you, Errol. He did what you couldn't.
Man, that was a loud punch, man. But yeah,
bro,
I don't know.
Did you recognize any of the black people in that video from when we went to Foo Bar and they were playing Knuck If You Buck?
In Raleigh? Hell no.
Yeah, had that same energy. That same energy.
Do you think this is going to be one of the most memorable ones for a long time? Like, is this going to start like a movement of shit?
No.
You don't think
so? Because like I said, this fucking white family ruined it. They didn't say anything like racially explicit. If he was I'm not moving my boat for no, then we'd have like a whole movement. But he was just drunk and punched this dude in the face. But I think if he had like really made it a racial thing and thrown some slurs out there, we'd
if you could
have a bit
like
more
that.
of a movement. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. In the coming months, we'll see. I think this will definitely last for a couple months. I don't think it's gonna be like protests and shit like George Floyd, but
has the new Little Mermaid came out yet?
No, not yet.
That's going to do record numbers. Record numbers. they better, when they have whatever confrontation between the mer people and the land people and the Little Mermaid and the trailer, they just need to throw a fucking hat up in the air to let everybody know. Man,
son, go ahead.
I ain't got nothing more. It was like I saw it like you saw it. It was like, oh, I saw it on 1, then I saw it on 2, then it was like, oh, this is on 6 people's fucking feet.
Yeah, they got chair jitsu, scuba Gooden Jr. Fucking, I mean, just so much shit, man.
Well,
so many memes. Yes, so many memes, bro. This is gonna last for a while. Oh, do you know this? Before we get out of here, one, I also think I'll say this about the hat toss. 1, I think it was a symbol of like I need some help, and 2, I think it was a symbol of like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna lose my job. Fuck this fucking job hat, and I'm tossing that shit, and I'm just ready to brawl. But you know the streamer Kai Cenat?
No.
You don't know him? So
is that the Filipino guy who plays for the Warriors?
Nah. So he's a really popular streamer. If you haven't heard about him or whatever, he's part of this group called AMP. I forgot your wash, but he in New York, he fucking drove his car. He did a giveaway, right? So there's like 25,000 people on the streets, and it's like way too many people in New York in Union Square. He's driving his truck through the crowd, like running people over, getting them the fuck out the way. That shit happened on Friday.
Like some Charlottesville shit?
Nah, not like that. Just like he was trying to get away from the crowd because they were getting a little rowdy. But like that shit happened on Friday. He kind of, I don't know if he got charged for anything yet, but that happened on Friday. This shit happened on Sunday or Monday. I'm just saying he's lucky as fuck that this happened, and this is gonna take over all the news feeds because that motherfucker is in serious fucking trouble. That's all I was gonna say. But I forgot you're washed.
One thing we know about America is they love to keep us divided. And this is just another signpost in a long and sordid history of that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the people who represent our country are no better, Terry. Okay. As the U.S. women's national team got dumped out of the World Cup by Sweden. We promised you analysis. We promised you we were going to cover the USA's trip through this whole World Cup. Unfortunately, Terry, it has already come to an end. Went down to 1 millimeter, according to VAR.
Yep.
1 millimeter was the difference between them coming and going until Megan Rapinoe turned into Dani Alves and blasted her penalty out of the stadium into orbit. It's become Pluto's second moon at this point.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was really bad. Did she even hit the post?
No. She didn't hit nothing but fucking air molecules.
Good.
We talked about this like on our last pod. The U.S. women's national team slipping standards. The rest of the world's catching up. We said this game against Sweden was going to be a real litmus test. They failed it. Carly Lloyd was right the whole time. All these detractors saying she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's bitter. She has a history of being a malcontent. She got a history of being right and scoring goals, which the U.S. couldn't do at any point.
Yeah,
Terry, I went back through and I looked at Alex Morgan's goal scoring record, who you said could possibly be the GOAT of women's soccer alongside Mia Hamm.
Yeah.
Outside of one game against fucking North Korea where she scored 6 goals, she scored 2 goals in 3 tournaments in like 15 games.
World Cups or just
World Cups? World Cups.
Just World Cups?
Yeah.
So she's a Ronaldinho of the World Cup? I mean, what are we doing here? Letting us down?
Ronaldinho made team of the tournament in 2006.
He made it in 2006? They didn't even win.
I know. Yeah, he still made team of the tournament.
I thought he was trash in 06, but that's just me. Sorry.
All the ire of this whole thing has been on Megan Rapinoe, and deservedly so for being a set-piece fucking ace and then not putting it on target for the biggest moment of your career. But
all of her corners were horrible. This whole tournament.
Yeah.
She definitely looked like a 38-year-old woman. Like that
she was trash.
Really, yeah, she played really bad.
Somebody said she looked like the answer to what if we had took Landon Donovan to the World Cup that we didn't make it to. What it would look like if we took Landon Donovan to Russia.
What year was that? 14?
No, 2020.
Oh God.
Or no, 2018. Yeah.
18? Oh
Yep.
God. That's crazy. Yeah. Something we didn't talk about though was all the because we don't give a fuck because we're not like we don't hate on it because we just understand like why they're fighting for certain things like equality and all that type of pay shit and why they hate. I wouldn't say hate America, but it seemed like a lot of people were happy that they lost, bro. Like we never talked about it because we don't. It's like whatever. If you want to fight for some shit, fight for some shit. That's not. It's not up to me. Like you made the team. I'm not bitter. You know. I don't.
Let's get into that though, and the reasons why this team in particular was the subject of so much ire of the viewing public. This didn't look like a team that was happy to be there supporting their country. Like no one was singing the national anthem. They already have the history of kneeling during that shit. And everyone's made the Colin Kaepernick comparisons and everything like that. But I think it's a false equivalency, Terry, because Colin Kaepernick was showing up to do his job. And for some reason, the NFL was deciding to play the national anthem before a game that had nothing to do with the USA or representing your country. And so he was like, this doesn't really apply to me. I'm going to make a statement here. Yeah. Megan Rapinoe was asked to represent her country, accepted it, and then refused to sing the national anthem, stand for the national anthem, and was openly protesting the badge that she was wearing across her heart, which I think is the difference that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Just because they were wearing the jersey? I could see that. I could definitely see that. I just want to ask, when is the last time we saw any of the soccer players belting, singing the fucking national anthem? I saw girls mouthing it.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly when. The last U.S. men's national game. These guys are... No. Even the fucking Gold Cup shit. These guys are... Yeah, these guys are belting it. Fucking Folarin Balogun plays one game for the U.S., scores a goal, and kisses the badge. When's the last time we saw Megan Rapinoe kiss the badge?
I don't know. It's been a while, I guess.
Yeah.
I could care less, bro. She ain't good. I don't care about what the fuck they do. Besides that, are the women not marginalized? Would you not say that?
In what respect?
I'm talking in respect. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Is respect, and they were talking about pay. Now they get paid equally. As far as now, why they're still doing...
If anything, the men have been marginalized. They made $13 million this year. The women made $3 million this year. And somehow both teams get paid $7 million.
Yeah. The men suck, though. That's the problem. The women has won 4 World Cups, and they won multiple metrics.
Will you stop with this shit? The men suck.
They are garbage. What's the problem? Are we going to win the World Cup ever? Are we going to make a semifinal? No. Are we going to make the final 8? Possibly. But that's it. That's the reach.
They got to the same round against much higher competition, bro. To say they suck. That shit is crazy.
Much higher competition. You don't know what the competition is. We don't follow the game. So we're not sure who's good and who's not. Brazil got knocked out of the cup.
Stop it. Wait a minute. You think that the Netherlands men's national team is worse than the Swedish women's national team? That's what you're saying right now. We don't know if the competition is better. That's what you just said.
But you're trying to compare them. I'm not talking about compare them as one.
Yes, that's the whole point. I'm comparing them.
No, I'm talking about Sweden is the number 3 team in the world who the USA lost to, which is not a huge shocker. We're just shocked that they got out early, but it's a good team that they lost to. We lost to a team that was better than us on the men's side. That's the comparison. I'm not talking they both exited the World Cup at the same stage, but it's totally different circumstances. What the fuck are we talking about? Don't get all upset about that. They lost to a really good team. We lost to a good team too, and we were ranked higher or lower, or however you want to say it. We were 20 and the Netherlands were 9. But USA, the girls are 1 and Sweden is 3, and we're just oh my God, I can't believe they lost. Everybody's catching up. Why are we surprised? It's not a huge shock to me.
Yeah, only you would frame the number 1 losing to a number 3 as better than number 16 losing to number 5 or something like that. Only you.
Bro, 16 losing to 5?
For everyone else in this country, for everyone else in this country, this World Cup was a massive disappointment, but not for Terry. The worst
Brother,
finish and the worst finish in the history of soccer, in the history of women, in the history of this country. But
No. I watched the game versus Vietnam, and I was like, yeah, we suck. I watched it. I watched us beat Vietnam, who only made the World Cup because they expanded the teams that can make the Women's World Cup. That's the only reason why they made it, and we only beat them 3-0. That's why I was like, I'm not shocked that we lost to Sweden at all. They weren't a good team that went out there. Rapinoe's 38. All of her fucking free kicks and corner kicks were short by 10 yards. I'm not surprised she missed her PK. The coach was garbage. He made horrible substitutions. The team's not good. They're young and they're old. There's no in between. There's like nobody in between in their prime that's a top player.
Rose
All the top
Lavelle
players are young or they're old.
Rose Lavelle.
She was hurt coming in. She only played half.
She got a fucking.
She didn't even play in the Sweden game because she got
because she got suspended for being a dumbass and getting a yellow card 10 minutes after she came on the pitch when she was already on a yellow.
That's one girl. Look, Alex Morgan is 34. Rapinoe's 38. Lloyd doesn't play anymore. Our captain, I mean, she might be in her prime, but she's 30, I think. Lynn Williams is 30. Everybody's old. They're old or they're young. They're 22 or they're 30-something. Yeah. We got nobody in their prime.
Everyone's talked about, like, this game. They said, it sucks to have, like, our World Cup chances be decided by a millimeter. I can't stand this false narrative of we were a millimeter away from advancing.
The full 90 minutes or 120, whatever minutes we played.
You were a millimeter away from losing to Portugal when they hit the post. You were a millimeter away from losing when you flapped it across and they missed a tap in. You were a millimeter away against Netherlands. Like, you never performed. They never fired on all cylinders on any game this entire tournament. Like, you can't come out here after fucking 4 games where you didn't play your best ball and be like, man, it was just unfortunate that we lost a game of millimeters. No, it was a game of an accumulation of millimeters that they continue to drop over and over and over again, and they never turn in their best performance at any time during this World Cup. There's no way to frame this other than a colossal disappointment, Terry.
I got you.
They're going for a three-peat, and they finished with the worst finish in history, going for a three-peat.
I got you. As far as that is concerned, I agree with you 100%. All I was saying was just based on what I watched, I was not surprised that we lost to Sweden. Now, the overall expectations, I got you.
But didn't both of us predict that they'd lose to Sweden when we did this last week?
The American in me wants to say no.
I think I did.
You might have. I'm not, but I probably said, like, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, but I don't think I would have ever picked against them, to be honest.
It's a good thing that we couldn't hire an elite coach for the men so we could retain this fuck who couldn't get him past the round of 32. Man, it's a great thing.
That's the part where I'm misinformed. I'm not sure because I thought they got the equal pay thing figured out. So now I'm not sure why else they're protesting. Is it because of like trans athletes or something? Because I know Rapinoe was doing some of that, but for everyone else, I really don't understand why they're still protesting against like the national anthem and stuff. Like, I thought they had already kind of made their stance and got their money and everything. I don't know if you know, but
they did.
I'm kind of confused.
I think we all are. I mean, you asked the question, like, who's going to give these women respect or whatever? It was something along those lines. It's like, maybe that's what they're kneeling for, that nobody's tuning in and they're not favored to win against Sweden, and everybody was right. But I just think this is bad soccer. Like, if we're going to go away from the political aspect of things, which we kind of already touched on, but from a soccer standpoint, they never attempted to build up. If you look at their passing map, it's all straight up the left-hand side, up the sideline. Like,
I hate the way they play.
There are no connections between their midfielders at all. They're like, we'll just fucking give it to Crystal Dunn and then let her play a long ball down the line. And we're seeing with our young players, you mentioned there's no like bridge generation. All these young players that are coming, they didn't really get blooded in this tournament. They're not really going to be prepared for the next one. They barely got any minutes. And the rest of the world They're not sending their women's players to go play at fucking UNC in Akron when they turn 18 years old. They're going to train with the Barcelona Feminine. They're playing in PSG's development academy. They're for Arsenal or Chelsea, like Reece James' sister. Like, this system that we have in America of sending our top women's players to like go play in college, I think it's about time to reevaluate that, especially since the rest of the world is catching up in terms of athleticism and fitness. And now they're getting better development than we are as well.
Yeah, and I think that's what's kind of starting to catch up. You're exactly right. Like, the whole college thing is showing its face on the women's side now, is what we're seeing. Because let's be honest, bro. Like, how many girls are actually good? 100, like, coming out of America, like, who are actually, going to be able to play for the U.S. team. Then that might be saying it's way too high. And even out of that 100, what do you think? Like, 80 of them go play college soccer? And if all the other countries, they're going pro immediately at 18, it's starting to become, the men's national team type of situation where it's like,
they starting to go pro at 16.
Yeah.
Look at Lauren James. She was playing with Chelsea's academy when she was 16.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really know how we fix it unless. How much do they get paid if they play in Europe? Because I don't like. The top girls for America, I saw like the salary breakdown. They're making $1 million just flat, like $1 million off of like endorsements, and some of them make more, like 8 million, 7 million, or whatever. But like everybody else, I think it's like 50 or 70K.
Yeah, and then the other thing with that is like these clubs don't have a pipeline the same way that the ones in Europe do. Like,
because
in Europe,
they're too new.
Yeah, Chelsea, PSG, Barcelona, all of them have like women's academies. All of them have like a development model where they get girls in when they're young, teach them their way of playing, their game model, all the way up to going through the first team. Like, there is no NWSL
academy.
Yeah, there's like the MLS Next. Teams. Yeah, they don't have that shit. So how are you going to be expected to develop these players at the same rate where they've had them all the way from being 8 years old to being 18 in the same environment with the same philosophy, doing soccer, 4 hours a day, when our girls have, you might have played for 7 teams by the time you go to your first pro team and played in college.
No, that's true. That's facts. And I never even thought about that until now, actually. I didn't even think about that as to my development individually. Like, the number of coaches I had and different styles that we played. And, like, even so, like, when I was getting around junior year of high school, that's when they started saying, like, all right, if you're an academy, like, you don't have to play high school soccer. Like, luckily, I went to, like, a school that was, I think we were, like, number 5 in the nation. Yeah. Or whatever the fuck. So we could play for our high school team. Like,
luckily, totally I got cut from my high school team, so I didn't have to worry about that.
But like, if I really do think about it, like from the first club soccer game I played when I was a kid until 18, I probably had like 10 different coaches, which is fucking insane. And that's 10 different styles. That's 10 different ways they want to play. You're right. If you got an academy, like if somebody, like you said, Reece James' sister, if she plays for Chelsea her whole fucking career and then plays for their team when she's a senior, ready to, burst onto the scene, she knows what to do. She's got the, similar coaches, same style. It's easier. Once these women start putting the money in, they're going to pass us. I think we are fucking screwed.
We already are. Like, if you think that Angel City FC could beat Barcelona Feminine, like, you're out of your fucking mind.
I don't know. See, as far as that is concerned, I'm not sure yet, because I think 4 years ago, they still do the FIFA Club World Cup for women, and the Courage won that twice. They won, I think, 4 years ago and like 8 years ago. So I don't, unless the change is happening in the blink of an eye, I'm not sure.
It's really been the last 3 years in Europe that it's blown up. Yep. I saw this year the Barcelona women had a game with like 85,000 people in the stadium.
Yeah, that's baller. And we would never. Only if we had the national team. The national team is the only draw, and now they're kind of turning off the fans. Yeah. So
it's like now half the casual people don't even fucking want to watch them because they're like, why are we going to support America and support this team when y'all even aren't? Like, you don't even look like you want to be out there.
I don't know. So, like, for the Olympics, I think it'll be a problem because the Olympics are next year. I don't. As we sit now, I would say we're probably not going to lose. I mean, we're probably not going to win, and that's for me. That's going to be shocking for me to even like say that shit out of my mouth. I don't think we're winning the Olympics, which is fucking wild. But the next World Cup, I'm not sure because we still got all those young girls going to be in their prime. But after that, 8 years from now, you think 8 years from now? I don't even. If we keep the same trajectory and shit can still change, we might not even get out of the group stage.
Yeah.
I
couldn't agree with you more. US
and with the expansion of the World Cup and everything,
they need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and see how they're going to change their development model because it wasn't just apathy that led you to this point. You know what I mean? Like the girls didn't want it enough and arrogance. Some of that, it played a factor. They've like, oh, we can just walk out here and three-peat. This is what we do. This is America. But I think a lot of it, too, is like not teaching them solutions to the problems that they're facing in game, that they can't progress the ball against a press, that they have no connectivity in their midfield. Yeah. Oh, he's definitely going to be fired.
Yeah.
But it's like, have we given these players the requisite tools to succeed compared to like Japan, who, went from having 70% possession one game to 17 the next and won 4-0. You know what I mean? It just seems like the level of answers and like tactical nuance was not there for us.
Yeah, and it was very like eye-opening to see the way that some of these better teams were playing, like even the Netherlands and even Brazil, even though they got knocked out. But like some of the better teams that were like linking up play, going forwards, going backwards, side to side passes, and we were just kick it up to our three girls and see what they can do. Like it was no link up play, it was no triangles on the field. It was some of the worst passing I'd seen from the women's team in a while. And I know we play very direct, but that shit was the Vietnam game was very embarrassing to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like everybody was all happy. I remember I was at the bar and I wasn't at a soccer bar. So all those fucking opinions I was getting were fucking pointless to even listen to. But like when I was telling people, I was like, this team sucks and we're gonna lose, they looked at me crazy. We sucked. We're way too direct. We got to change it up.
You're right. My girl, she didn't watch soccer at all. And she watched the Vietnam game with me. And at the end, I was like, what do you think? And she was like, Vietnam sucks. That was her takeaway. So both of you guys are right. Hopefully they can get it together in the next cycle. My favorites to win the tournament now, Japan, they play Sweden in the next round on Friday. Yeah. Seeing if they could do what the U.S. couldn't, that should be a firecracker.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I probably won't watch another World Cup game, even though I probably should to support women. But I will say this. For the business ladies, you might want to tone down some of that social justice shit. Now, I understand sometimes you got to be bullish to get what you want, but at a certain point, you got to look at like what matters the most to you. Do you actually want to make money and have this as an actual profession where you don't have to do like multiple other things to make money? Or you can stand for what you want.
Well, why would they stop now? Why would they stop now when they already finagled their way into an extra $4.5 million this year that the U.S. men's team just handed over to them voluntarily? Why would they stop when they can continue to bully these cucked out men who are so afraid to look bad in the public space that they won't fight for what they've earned over the course of their careers?
Yeah, the men suck, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I don't really care. Take their fucking money. They ain't doing shit. But besides the point, I don't think you'll ever let go. You're always going to be mad at that. I think we're always going to be opposites on that. The only thing I'm going to say is I think what will change is Rapinoe's going to be gone. Lloyd
really?
Is gone. I mean, once she kind of goes, who's kind of
first of all, like she already left.
She was already gone when it started.
Yeah.
But like, none of these other girls seem to be like huge vocal leaders to me. So I think once she goes, and a lot of people singularly just hate her, like because she missed the PK and all this shit. It kind of reminded me of like, I don't want to get too off, but it reminded me of like when the Cubs win the World Series and Aroldis Chapman blew the fucking save and like let in 6 runs. It was like the people were happy the Cubs won, but they were also happy that Aroldis sucked because he beat up his fucking wife and tried to shoot her. So it's like, it's like we're happy that they lost because of Rapinoe. It seems like I don't know if like every single woman feels as strongly as Rapinoe does about like what she's fighting for. You know what I'm saying? So it could
I
change.
think they'll be
just because
happy
she's
to
gone.
like just have it be about soccer in the next cycle.
I think so. We'll see. It's not even like the Olympics is coming up quick, so we'll see where we love and where we don't. And now I get like the Olympics is going to draw big numbers just because it's the Olympics and people are going to watch it. But I don't know, bro. I'm not sure at this point. I'm really not.
Hey, I'll just leave you with this. It took one match for Balogun to kiss the crest.
No, that's facts. He's got more love than some of these girls do, but
Yeah. Hey, let's transition from USA Soccer to USA Basketball. Not the only World Cup that's going on this summer. The FIBA Basketball World Cup is kicking off in about a month. USA's team has been assembled. They had their first game, preseason, whatever, scrimmage, friendly against Puerto Rico. Smacked them by 40 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. looking good. Austin Reeves looking like a certified bucket. Jalen Brunson running the show. Trae Young watching it from his couch, just like us. Terry, what do you think about this new look USA basketball team, and do they have what it takes to win the World Cup this summer?
Now, everybody listening, I want you to go back to, what was it, 2 summers ago when we were talking about the
Donovan Mitchell team?
The Donovan Mitchell team. We were talking cash money shit. We were so mad at like the results at what were happening, and they still ended up winning the gold medal. I still feel the same with this team, but this team I think has a way worse roster than the Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Donovan Mitchell, Dame Lillard, Kevin Durant squad. So I don't know if this team has got it, bro. It also does depend on all the other countries. If they're gonna go full force, I don't think we can win with this squad, bro. Like, who's the best player on this team? Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards, probably.
Brunson?
I would probably say Anthony Edwards. Everyone's saying Jaren Jackson Jr.'s looked like the best so far, though.
Well, I think the international game kind of suits his game a little bit. But this might be like the first year we haven't had a top 10 actual NBA player be on the roster, bro. This is kind of scary. This is a little interesting, bro.
That's a good point, Terry. That's a really good point.
Right? Like, Anthony Edwards is not top 10. Or am I fringe?
Not yet. I don't think hopefully he will by the end of the season.
Yeah, but he hasn't deserved it yet. What do you think about this roster? I think this is one of the worst rosters we ever had. Honestly.
We better look out for Canada. That's what I'm saying. That's my number one thing. They got Cade Cunningham on the select team pretending to be Luka for when they play Slovenia. I ain't worried about Slovenia. I'm worried about Canada. Who is playing SGA in practice? That's what I want to know. Who's playing Lou Dort? Who's playing Dylan Brooks? Who's playing Kelly Olynyk? Who's playing fucking O'Shea Brissett?
Like, Wiggins playing or no?
Nah, he ain't playing. He's got some personal things that have carried over.
What a treacherous traitor. What a traitor. Win it gold. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Dude, I'm just saying, this shit is no slouch. Between RJ Barrett and Dylan Brooks and Lou Dort and SGA and Jamal Murray.
That's a tough team, bro. Canada's tough.
Their guards, SGA and Jamal Murray, they're the best 2 guards on the court when they're playing us. And we're playing small.
Brunson is good. I don't know, bro. Brunson is
You think good. Brunson is better than Jamal Murray?
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm biased, but he is really fucking good. It's tough because it's like what he does, you don't consider him to be like one of the better players, but it's like, I think he is, though. He kind of changed the Knicks' fortunes last year, bro. I didn't know he was this good.
I mean, he's good, but Jamal Murray just won a fucking chip and balled out in the NBA Finals. So
he did, but he's beside the best player in the game. Like, Jokic is the best.
That lineup, though, of SGA, SGA, Jamal Murray, Dylan Brooks, or Lou Dort, or RJ Barrett, and then a fucking throw in whoever you want. Kelly Olynyk, Dwight Powell, and pick a center. Like, that's
Dwight Powell's Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they got a lot of dudes. Fuck.
They got Nikhil Alexander-Walker, also from the Timberwolves. They even got
Man.
Zach Edey, the motherfucker from the NCAA.
Hey, we got Walker Kessler.
Man, this team.
Well, hold on. But before we go deep, let me just say the roster so people can kind of follow us for America. So we got Austin Reeves from the Lakers, Bobby Portis, Walker Kessler, Cam Johnson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and the star of the show, Paolo Banchero, who we had to steal.
We had to steal him from Italy before he teamed up with Danilo Gallinari.
What a waste of a spot. But whatever. Hopefully, he shows some signs and becomes a better player. But that's our roster. But sorry, go ahead. Continue.
I actually think Paolo might be a good fit for the international game with his size and ability to handle the ball and guard bigger players, shorter 3-point line, all that type of shit.
Possibly.
Yeah, this is an uninspiring lineup, man. But they've got to get it done on like smarts and connectivity and basketball IQ. That's one thing I noticed on this team is they have no like gunners. They have nobody who's just out there for them. Nobody who's lost in space on defense. Nobody who's like can't guard more than one position. Like it's a bunch of versatile, tough, maybe not blue chip talent, but they're hoping the basketball IQ and chemistry can carry them there.
And Pop is the coach again, or Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr. And for all the people who are wondering why Trae Young is not on this roster, a lot of people also forgot that Trae Young did get selected for the select team in the last cycle. And after they promoted Derek White over him to the main team, he quit the camp and left. So,
wow.
Yeah, I think that action 4 years ago has come back to haunt him. Steve Kerr was on that staff. Steve Kerr was part of the decision makers who chose to elevate Derek White. And I think that, bowing out early and not, earning your stripes, so to speak.
Fighting for your spot.
I think that's what cost him this time around.
You think he was too cocky in this situation? You think he should have tried to fight for a spot?
Yeah. I mean, I think he was looking at these guys and he's like, they're not going to take Austin Reeves over me. They're not going to take.
That's different positions. Guards.
Well, who on the roster?
Do they bring more to the table than Trae Young?
The guards, Halliburton,
Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Josh Hart.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, they do. Josh Hart,
he's totally different. I wouldn't say like.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like a waste, but he's rebounding and defense. Trae Young does neither of those, so that's a totally different role. But like,
yeah, I just don't think he would have fit into the identity of this team. You know what I mean?
Brunson, Edwards, and Halliburton. I think I'm not gonna say like they're better than Trae Young. I think Edwards probably is, but I think Halliburton and Brunson just bring different intangibles to the team. That's all I'll say. I don't know if they're necessarily better.
Neither one of them are a zero when the ball's not in their hands. Like, I think to some extent, if you do bring in Trae Young, you have to kind of turn things into the Trae Young show to maximize him. And that's not something that Steve Kerr was willing to do.
But that's the thing, though, we were kind of saying this about Devin Booker in the last cycle because he didn't end up playing for the team. And I'm surprised not to see him again on this fucking team, which is weird now that I'm thinking about it. Is he like anti-America? This motherfucker never wants to play for the national team. But besides the point.
Didn't he declare from Mexico?
Is he Mexican?
He's like a quarter Mexican and didn't know about it until they made the NBA Finals like 2 years ago. And then all these articles came out about how he was actually Mexican.
I had no idea. But, shit, what was I saying? Oh, but I think he should have stuck it out because, like, if you're playing in a Steve Kerr system, I don't think you... If I'm Steve Kerr, a fucking head coach who won 4 NBA championships versus Trae Young, who should win that argument? Hey, move without the ball. Trae Young is like, no, I want to do pick and rolls. I think Steve Kerr wins in that argument every single time. Like, Trae Young needs to humble himself in that situation alone. Just saying, Steve Kerr's a Hall of Famer.
Steve Kerr wouldn't even let Steph Curry run pick and roll.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, bro, Steve Kerr is a Hall of Famer 2 times over. Like Trae Young, you need to humble yourself in that particular situation, and especially where it's like, I don't think like I can see why he looks at the like Halliburton and Brunson and Edwards and Reeves and Hart, and he's like, "What the fuck? This is disrespectful." But the fans, I don't think we think this is that big of like. You're a huge Hawks fan. Do you really think this is like those names aren't that egregious? Josh Hart, maybe yeah, but like we were saying, he just brings different things.
I mean, every single player on this roster has one thing in common. They're two-way players.
Yep.
That's why he's not on the roster. It's that simple. Like,
and
this is a message to Trae Young. You cannot be a bottom 5 defender in the NBA and get selected for the national team. It's too injurious to the team concept.
Exactly. Plus, they can all of those dudes can give 20 and 10, bro. 20 and 10 ain't shit to these motherfuckers, especially in a situation like this where they can have the ball most of the time. 20 and 10 ain't shit, Trey. That's nothing.
Imagine if they called John Collins to the select team, not Trae Young. They're like, yeah, he'll fit within the offense. He's not going to take shots out of school. He rebounds hard on the offensive glass. John Collins, the exact type of player we're looking for.
Yeah. So based on, so it seems like every FIBA World Cup cycle, we don't take it as serious as the Olympics. But are there some names you are surprised are not on the roster?
I'm surprised Ben Simmons isn't on the Australian roster. Where's Ben Simmons and Kyrie? No, for America, I mean, there's one. But he's
Booker for me, but go ahead.
Is Joel Embiid. We've been trying to get he has not decided where he's going to play for the Olympics. I would have loved to have him, like, instead of us making this Palo push, we make the Embiid push, get him in a year early, and that way he's playing for us in the Olympics. They ask him every fucking week. Some French reporter for the 76ers asks him every week, are you playing for France? Have you committed to France? And he keeps saying, no, I haven't decided yet. We bemoaned the lack of top 5 talent on this roster. I think Joel Embiid would have given this team a focal point. We don't really have any bigs that can score with their back to the basket on the team like that. Giving them another dimension. Joel Embiid is the crown jewel who I'm looking at being like, man, I wish we could have got him too. Yeah.
I agree and disagree. The only reason why I disagree is because I don't think he's ever going to play international ball. I just don't. I think it's too big of a health risk, honestly. Like, he's fucking great, but he's too big of an injury concern, bro. So, like, I think his team and his,
even with Mo Bamba in town to give him spot up minutes.
Nah, if I'm Embiid, I'm never gonna play international ball. I'm sorry, bro. I want to see it, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. He gets hurt too much, man. Why would he want to? Would you do it?
Hell yeah, I'd do it.
All the money and shit, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm not risking an injury.
He already got the money. Like, my job as a basketball player is to play basketball. I'm not going to live in fear that when I play basketball, I'm going to get hurt. Like, you just can't live like that.
Hey, he lives like that every single day. He's not. I don't think he's ever going to play. Besides Embiid, anybody else?
Guess what, Embiid? You could play when you play for the USA. You play like Jokic, no jumping. All right, you can do everything else you want, but no jumping.
Just play completely differently. That might be pretty dope, but I don't think he's ever going to play. If he's not going to play for us, I don't see him playing for France.
Anybody else that I felt was snubbed who could have made a difference?
Who even tried though? Like, it's kind of weird.
Obviously, Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean?
A little old, but
if you need need a vet, need some winning intangibles, need some grit, need somebody who's gonna a Spain type of situation comes up where everyone's looking around to be like, who's gonna be the guy who just slams the door on him? Jimmy Butler could be that guy. I think he's one for sure. Bam isn't on the team also, right?
That's interesting. Yeah. I wonder if I don't know who said no. Like, who rejected it?
Miles Turner. I really don't know, man.
If we're just
the big man group is leaving a little bit wanting with Bobby Portis and Walker Kessler and Paolo Banchero. Those are the only 3 bigs on the whole team.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
And Caro's a fucking guard.
It's been like that for a while, though. For me, honestly, and I'm sure these dudes said no, but like, I don't. Tatum needs to be back on the team. Brown needs to be back on the team, even though he got that
Brown?
bag.
You think he's ready?
No, you already know who I'm talking about. Jaylen Brown. Bruce Brown, if he's fucking American, he'd be a nice asset to the squad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably rather have him over Josh Hart. Now that you mention it,
he's a way better Josh Hart. But it's like Booker, Tatum, Brown. I mean, shit, Ja didn't even get a look unless he said no. I feel, wouldn't it be a great look for Ja Morant to win a fucking World Cup with America? Yeah, that's a great look.
I would put De'Aaron Fox over Ja.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he could have helped
where's
this
Fox
team.
at?
Yeah,
Fox.
He could have helped for sure.
Isn't Sabonis American as well?
No. Well,
or I
don't know where he was born. Yeah,
I think he was born in Seattle or Portland.
I don't know if Yugoslavia still has a team. We might be able to luck out there, Terry.
Lithuanian American, but he was born in Portland. He's American.
Oh yeah, Sabonis.
Unless he already played for Lithuania.
Go get him.
What are no Clay, Steph, but anybody? Does anybody want to play?
No Clay. No Clay.
No Clay.
No Clay.
No Dame. No Dame. I guess I get why Dame wouldn't want to do it. Don't want to get hurt before the big trade. I get it. I got that. But
what about
That's a lot of names out.
What about the dude who you're back on the bandwagon for? Big
Zion?
Z.
He'll
Big Z,
play.
Zion Williamson.
He'll never play for America. If Zion gives me 3 healthy seasons, we might see him in an American jersey. But besides that, come on, bro, you got to think about that shit, though. I feel like you're not thinking about that. I feel like you're thinking it in terms of you. You're just like, yo, if I'm good, I'm playing. Like, you never got hurt like that.
What?
You always played. I've never, bro, in our existence of life, I feel like this is the only time you ever got hurt was like this big neck injury. I remember, of course, before I met you, I think
you don't remember when I broke my back in high school? Or when I had to have surgery on my leg because I had a fucking tumor and I couldn't walk?
You kept playing soccer. Were we not on the same team by then? We might have not been on the same team by then.
We were. Yeah.
Did you keep playing? I feel like you just kept playing.
You don't remember
much.
I had that big brace that sounded like a fucking horse. Remember I was playing indoor soccer wearing Vince Carter 3s with the Nike Shocks, and I had the fucking brace that sounded like the Monty Python coconuts when I was running around the fucking court.
For some reason, I just don't. I don't remember it. I just remember you playing. Maybe I just remember after. Like you were healthy from 20 to 30. Right? Am I wrong? From 20 to 30. You never got an injury.
Pretty much. I was just broke.
But you never got hurt, and you played sports all the time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to think of it from like, if I broke my foot, missed a whole NBA season if I'm Embiid, and Zion has missed like, a combined 200 games or some bullshit.
Me, if the doctors clear me, I'm playing. If they say I'm good to play, then I'm playing. That's simple.
But put your feet in their shoes. Just saying.
Wow. Last time I tried to put my feet in Zion's shoes, I blew out the side.
Oh, I thought you were about to say blew out a porn star's back, but it's okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a team.
This USA team, we'll see what happens. Canada is going to be a big challenge. Slovenia is going to be a challenge. Who knows if Giannis plays for Greece?
Jamal Murray said he might not play.
Yeah, I got my eye on this fucking Canada team, though. I think this is
if Shea plays, though, he's just as good.
We've heard that Canada's going to beat the U.S. like for 10 years now, since fucking Tristan Thompson was the number 2 pick. Yeah, we've heard this shit for a long time. I think this might be the summer it finally happens.
This could be the one. No top 10 players. Just saying.
You got anything else for today, sir?
Nah, I mean, Man City signed a defender for $90 million. I was just thinking.
Fucking Vardiol. Yeah.
Yeah. And I honestly had never heard of him. I know you probably have, but I'd never.
100%. You're going to love him. He's like, he's the dude. He's like the answer to the question, what if Micah Richards was good at soccer?
Where'd he come from?
He came from Croatia.
The Croatian Soccer League?
Yeah, he was in the fucking Champions League. They did well. He was with Dynamo Zagreb.
Did you hear from him basically in actual soccer or FIFA?
I heard from him first in FIFA. I signed him to my manager mode 4 years ago in FIFA,
Okay.
and he grew to be a 90 for me. But then over the next, like pretty much this last season, he started like really coming into prominence and was playing really well. He played really well in the World Cup. He played well in the Champions League. He's like 6'4", can jump, can really fucking move, like really athletic and fast, strong, good on the ball, like makes line slitting passes. He's left-footed. He could play center back or like left back.
All right. Oh, yeah. You say he's left-footed.
He's left-footed. Like he gives you some optionality there. He's going to be what Chelsea thought they were getting with Koulibaly in terms of a guy who can cover a ton of distance, break the lines with passes, be a physical presence. There's a reason they broke the transfer fee for him. He is going to be fucking good for you guys.
For a defender. Do you think there's ever going to be $100 million defender?
Yeah. He'll probably be a goalkeeper.
That doesn't count as a defender. That's a goalie. That's totally different. But like,
yeah,
this is a weird. Like Pep loves spending big money.
Like, imagine if Trent Alexander-Arnold could play defense like the fucking dude out there for Manchester United.
He'd be good.
I can't remember. Wan-Bissaka. No, Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. If Alexander-Arnold could defend in space like Wan-Bissaka, he'd be $100 million defender.
You think so?
Yeah.
Where is Wan-Bissaka, by the way? I don't even think he plays for them anymore.
Menu.
Does he? I don't even think does he start?
Yeah. He's fucking awesome, dude. What are you talking about?
I feel like
he's literally you. Like if you were to be a professional soccer player, it would be Wan-Bissaka. Really athletic, excellent in one-on-one duels. Nobody dribbles past him, shuts down transition, doesn't dribble for shit, and always just looks to play short passes to move the ball up the field.
Great crosses too. Great fucking crosses. To be honest, I don't know. I like him. I'm just, if I ever get a chance to play right back again, these fucking Hispanic leagues, everybody's so small. I think I'm done with them motherfuckers. I'm never gonna play center back again. I swear to God, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm sick of it. It's so fucking boring.
Especially when you're on the Benadryl.
Hell yeah. But yeah, we lost to Arsenal though. Man City lost to Arsenal in the Community Shield. They played a fucking 4-back again. Pep, I don't know what Pep wants to do with this team. It's a different team. And you said Zhao's leaving, so I don't know. But besides that, I got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap, guys. Until Friday, we'll be back. We'll have a long and extensive preview of Netherlands versus Japan in the Women's World Cup.
No.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Now that USA is out, we'll never fucking talk about it again for the next 4 years.
No, it's done. Olympics, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll see you in 4 years, guys. Thanks for taking half of our money and blocking us from getting an elite coach. Until then, North Carolina, continue to stand up.
Peace.